What's up, everybody? I hope everyone's having an awesome day. And I'm back, baby. I'm back in the podcast seat. If you were a previous listener to this podcast, you will have noticed that the name has changed. What previously used to be Surrendering Average is now Men in Relationships, helping men evolve their emotional habits. And when I first started Surrendering Average, I really just wanted to share and express what I went through, my journey, kind of step-by-step process of what I was running up against, the challenges in my life, and how I was overcoming them. And I feel like even just in making the podcast, it brought so much benefit to my life as I would study topics and concepts and kind of what books I was reading, and then I would have to reiterate them and explain and teach in a way on the podcast, and it really helped me. I would actually re-listen to every episode to digest the content because it actually really helped me and benefited me in many ways, along with helping me get more confident in who I am, in speaking my truth, in speaking my message, not being scared to hold back or be worried about what others would think anymore. And really that whole evolution process led me to finding what I really enjoyed, and also where I really think there's a big gap and a lack of information, a lack of support, and a lack of help in the world. And that is with men in relationships, in particular with their emotional habits. Because if you're somebody like me, you grew up with maybe a father figure or this old paradigm of what a man is supposed to be, what they're supposed to embody on a day-to-day basis, particularly only living with their masculine energy, that fierce shield where we don't show any weakness, we don't show any emotion, we hold everything in, we're very stoic. And I found myself falling into that trap, and it was a very detrimental trap to my relationship. It had many, many negative consequences, and I truly had to redefine my identity, redefine who I was, rediscover my true inner self again, and still want to maintain my individuality when I came into a relationship. And this was quite the freaking process, let me tell you. And really, that's why I'm making this podcast, because I feel like there's many men out there who want that external success, that freedom, the money, the fitness, the health, all of that. And I'm raising my hand because I want that too. But that should not come with the price tag of sacrificing our relationships. Because for myself anyways, if I have all that external success, that freedom, the money, the fitness, the health, all of that, and I'm to get that with sacrificing my relationship, well, I'm going to get there eventually, but it's not going to be fulfilling. It's not going to be worthwhile because I will have sacrificed something that's extremely deeply important to me. And I believe if you're listening to this podcast, if you're in a relationship or wanting to get in a serious relationship, chances are you've loved someone or you love your partner, but there's just a lot of stuff in the way. There's a lot of baggage. There's a lot of emotional baggage in the way, preventing us to get to that emotional intimacy that we need to create the proper trust and safety within a romantic relationship. And again, that's why I feel called to be doing this, because I was somebody who was so closed-minded and just head down to the pavement, get shit done, stay in the masculine energy. I thought all this personal development stuff was fluff and bluff and BS. And really, I came up to a point in my life where it was not going to work. What I had, what my closed mind was offering me was not enough to move to the next level in my relationship, and my relationship was going to fail. And not only that, but if I didn't sort my shit out in that relationship at the start of my journey, at the start of my relationship with Jess, if that relationship failed, the next one would have failed. The next one after that would have failed, because I had so much stuff I needed to personally, internally work on. And that's really why I'm here, to share my messages, to share my lessons, to share the teachings to help males in a relationship overcome their emotional habits that are getting in the way from that success, from that connection, from that profound emotional intimacy in which two people fundamentally crave. So if you're someone who's maybe consistent, dedicated, you want to be a good person, you want that success, you want to be wealthy, you want security, find more meaning in life, excitement, adventure, you want to evolve your current circumstances, you want to have a family one day, you want to live with integrity, loyal, be respectful, have respect, you want to have fun, you want to play, you want to be in shape, you want it all. If that sounds like you, then this podcast, I hope you stay along with this journey, because what I just said there is everything that I embody. I am somebody who is not willing to settle. I'm not willing to settle for complacency in anything, in any of my goals, in all of my visions, in any of my desires, and neither is Jess, my partner. We're very firmly planted in what we want in life, and we are not willing to be complacent and just coast by. And yes, that means there's going to be more work, more internal work, more growth. But that's why you're here, to listen to this, to help you get to that next level. If you want it all, just like I want it all, then this podcast is going to resonate with you. And we are going to be on this journey together to accomplish it all. So I just wanted to send a quick message today to really fill everybody in who may have been a previous listener, or if you're just picking this up now, that's kind of what this podcast is going to be about, mainly directed at males in relationships. We are going to talk about other things, mindset, other pieces of personal development that help us grow, help us attain that holistic level of success, and just where we can strategize, go deep. I'll be sharing some personal, vulnerable stories and experiences to kind of help you relate the topics to your life, because I feel like it's very powerful and profound to share experiences, share stories. That's where we can learn. That's where we can grow. And again, I find it personally difficult to connect with somebody who's 1,000 steps beyond where we are at in our journey. And, I may be a bit ahead of you. I may be a bit behind you. Who knows? In this journey of unpacking our emotional habits in a relationship. And I'm not some guru who has every single answer. In fact, I actively work on this stuff every single day of my life. It's part of my forefront, my focus, my main focus in my day-to-day living. But that doesn't mean I struggle with it. That doesn't mean there's difficult times that Jess and I encounter, but I'll share those difficult times, and I'll also share how we get over them, so I can hopefully relate to you at a closer level than being somebody who's 10 million steps beyond and it's just too hard to relate, like a Tony Robbins or some other guy who's just way far beyond. I find it useful to relate to somebody who is above us or beyond us in a certain aspect, but isn't too far gone, because then it's easy to just beat ourselves up and say, oh, they're way ahead of us, I'll never get there, blah, blah, blah. So I want to come at this podcast on a very relatable level where I can hope to connect, interact, and really grow with you along this journey. And like I said, I just feel really called to do this, really inspired to do this. This is all extra work I do on top of a full-time job, on top of being a real estate investor, on top of other investments, on top of being extremely health conscious and active and fit and going to the gym 5 times a week and maintaining a social life. There's a lot of moving parts in my life, as I'm sure there's a lot of moving parts in your life as well. So coming from somebody who's not willing to settle, I hope that you're not willing to settle. I hope that you are not willing to be complacent and you want more. You want to achieve more. You want to see what your potential is, what you're capable of, because if not, what's the point? What's the point of just staying stagnant and living day to day, trying to get by without any conflict, trying to get by without any turbulence into our life? Well, let me be real with you. Whether we try and take the easy way life is going to throw conflict and turbulence at us. Or if we go the more fulfilling path of seeing what we're capable of, stretching ourselves, pushing ourselves into uncomfortable territories, yes, there will be conflicts. Yes, there will be struggles. But on the other end of those conflicts and struggles, there will be a lesson and there will be growth, and that will move us towards where we are wanting to go. Much more fulfilling, much more satisfying. And I just believe that it's such an important, crucial piece to our mental health, to growing, to learning, to seeing what we're capable of. Because if we're just staying stagnant, if we're just getting by, if we're just coasting through in our relationship, man, that's going to lead to much bigger compounding problems and effects and negative consequences. So if you're anyone like I am, I hope you carry on with this journey. I look forward to bringing you impactful, powerful messages on a weekly basis that will help you progress within your relationship and within your emotional habits so you can evolve to that next level and truly have it all. So thank you for listening to this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great one. Take care.